So this is a 2013 fuel filter in the front, and this is a Ram 2500, the Laramie package. So this is a used fuel filter. So what we're doing today is replacing it, and I think he's at 122,000 miles. Now that's the way he purchased his truck, just not sure if the previous owners changed it out. So for peace of mind, we're gonna go ahead and change it out. You can see the difference already. This one's brown and this one's white. So this is a OEM Cummins part, and there's your part number there. Alrighty, it's a Mopar. It's a Mopar part, and it's a fuel filter. Now you are gonna have difficulties removing it if you do have this part in there. Let me see. Let's see if I get this number on there. Okay, so that's that number for this cartridge. I had to remove it with this. Right there, right on the tab. So with that, apply some pressure and pull it out. Reason being, you can't get your fingers in between the casing, which is there. You can't get your fingers in between that casing and the fuel filter. I couldn't get a good grasp on it, nor could I get my fingers on this tab enough pressure to pull out. So that's the reason why I use these. And this is the cap. So on the cap you have, oh my gosh, you have a size 28 millimeter. In order to remove that, you have to break it loose with this assembly here. So I have a extension, and you can get this at your parts near you. I mean, it's fairly easy to find, and you need a swivel at the end. Okay, so a long extension, probably about 18 inches with the ratcheting end. So it's gonna be a 1/2 inch, and notice how he applies it through the top, through this back member here. Okay, through the back. That way it's a straight up and down, vertical, and he applies it to the top of the cap. Then you just give it a good twist, lefty loosey. It's gonna be a little difficult in the beginning because it probably hasn't been broken loose in a while. So that's how you change out the front fuel filter to a Dodge 2013 Laramie 2500 Ram package. Okay, and then here's the rear. There's the rear. So pretty much almost the same concept. Make sure you have something for it to drip down.
Hey, you gotta roll your windows up.
Alright. Sorry, it started raining. My brother needed my keys because my Corvette's windows were down. But yeah, it has the sensor located right there at the very tip. So if you need to replace your sensor, it's fairly easy as well. But that is your second fuel filter downstream. Alrighty, so this one you just want to do hand tight, nothing too powerful, you know. And there is, forgive me, there we go. Alright, that's the part number there. And that you can also take off with these. Nothing difficult, you know, for out your garage mechanic. It's fairly easy, nothing too difficult. Okay, just make sure you disconnect it from there when twisting it off. That way you remove the whole item. Go ahead and clean off your sensor while you're at it if you like to.
You gotta change the fuel.
you're gonna have to drain the fuel from the front one and the rear one, which makes this the downstream. We used an old oil pan, you know, just here on the floor. We placed some little rags and newspapers just in case you do have spillage. Okay, and on your O-ring, go ahead and put a little dab of oil on the O-ring, you know, on your finger, and just go around it. That way it's a little more smoother to remove when having to remove it again. All right, and just make sure you replace your O-rings because they do get old and brittle on both sides. Alrighty, so replace the O-ring on the sensor and the cartridge itself. Make sure. You don't want to have to crawl back under here and get into this mess again and having to redo it again because you didn't do it the first time. Alrighty guys, it's fairly easy. It's located right here in the back. All I had to do was crawl underneath my brother's truck, and it's right by the drive shack. Not too difficult.